Forgive me for rambling. I'm a rambler. Long-winded. I don't like the long-winded people. But anyway, I guess I'm one of them. Gotta give people, what they say, grace. Anyway, so back to my friend now. I let you know about the wonderful thing that came out of our so-called friendship, which is my husband and my daughter. So, the times during our friendship that I should have opened my eyes, because I think it's abusive. Abusive. So, okay. She went with me one time with, my dad, may he rest in peace. And my dad had a boss by the name of Braffett. May he rest in peace. He was coming up, and my dad sent me some money. Daddy used to always send money if somebody's coming up. Or when was it? Like when I first came to this country, it used to be for my birthday. First year was $100. Second year was $200. And it went up like that until I was about 7 years here in this country. Maybe not even 7. Until I was 10. I remember, I think it was 7. Anyway. Daddy wasn't like, fully supporting me or nothing. But, he would send money once in a while. So the money that he sent by Braffett this time, Braffett was staying in, or Braffett's daughter, somebody. I don't remember who it was, but Braffett, like, he sent money because the daughter was like, oh, your dad sent you money. That's why Daddy give her money. Anywho. So Daddy probably sent me like $1,500, whatever. So Palone was planning to go to, said her name, was planning to go to Jamaica. I realized that she was buying cell phones and doing all of this stuff. And I'm like, yo, you gotta buy phones for everybody back home? Or you gotta, but like, what's happening? Santa Claus when you go back there? I didn't say that to her, but whatever. So now she by my house, and she was like, I'm running low on money, after she saw me pick up the money from my dad, that was sent by my dad. She's like, can I borrow the money? I was like, how much you want to borrow? How much you could give me? Give me. That now makes sense. Anyway, how much you want to borrow? I said I could give you 9, because it was like $1,500, right? I could give you 9. I felt bad, like, let's not. No, she asked for 9. I said, okay, yeah, I could give you 9. That's what it was. This is so long ago, guys. I'm like trying to remember. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, I could give you the 9. Then never got that back. I remember her trying to go. No, she needed to get a permit. She wanted to get her ID. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, let's go, because we could now because I think I had already had my learner's permit, and she didn't. I think she just had a regular ID. So I was like, yeah, come on, we could, learn to drive and we have our license and stuff. I paid for this girl's learner's permit to be renewed. And how did that come about? I think she asked for the money that time. But then she let it expire. I don't remember how many years you have on it. Let's just say 7 years. I don't remember how many years. But I volunteered the second time, I think. I was like, come on, get your license, get it. Then we used to go to this Chinese place. And, I would pay for it. We both working, mind you. I would pay for it. We'll go all you can eat. That used to be our thing. And when I realized that this girl was thinking like I'm her money bags or something, was one time she was sick, and not sick, cold. She goes through these depression states, right? So the sister is like, oh yeah, you could come and take us to all you can eat. Her younger sister. Now, mind you, when we first met, I didn't know that she even had siblings. She said it was so long that she was by herself. The mom, had them years apart. So, like, she was alone for a long time. So she said she feel like she is a only child, but in any case, she had a brother and a sister. So the sister's like, oh, yeah, we could go to all you can eat. I was like, oh, who's going to pay? Something just told me, say, who's going to pay? And she kind of paused. You? I was like, okay. Her sister got her thinking that I'm money bags. All right. That was like, we never went to all you can eat again. All right. Sometimes like with my friendships, like, okay, I'm dropping you somewhere and you say, oh, here's $20. No, don't worry about it. Nowadays with gas prices, I guess people will be like, you're crazy to do that. But I figure, as my mom would say, one hand can't clap and one hand washes the other, right? So for me to offer to pay for things, that wasn't out of the norm. But I realized she never offered to pay for anything. When I need help, she was never, ever a person I could go to. The guy that I told you I met at the bank, I can go to him to this very day. Of course, I'm not going to tell my husband that I'm still speaking to this guy, but he is a person very smart, number one. No, none of the advice that he's ever given me has ever been steered me the wrong way, Always good advice. I could lean on him for money. I remember when my cousin got murdered, he was there. When Trayvon got murdered, that hit me hard, because it seemed like it was so close to when my cousin got killed. And Trayvon looking all young, and yeah, that bothered me. And that guy was there, like this girl, all she cared about is her gambling. Now I realize she has a gambling issue. I realized that she was using me for my money. Like, her mom called me the other day and she was like, oh, how you doing, and this, and Palone never pay you back the money. And I was like, Palone pay back what money? She never paid me back anything. I remember it was one time she ghosted me. When I told you she went to Jamaica, she told me to call out for her, right? She's in Jamaica. She told me to call out for her. And I did. So when she came back, she had no work. So she had also asked me to send her money. I sent her the money. And when she came back, I never got that cash back. She's like, oh, yeah. It's almost like if she offered to send it through something, or she didn't tell me come get it. But whatever it was, I couldn't go get it at that time. And then she probably was like, shoot, I offered her. I told her come get it. And she never, ever, ever gave me that money back. One time, I'm looking for her. Cannot find her. Her aunt let me know. Since the time she wasn't talking to me, she was back in Jamaica, spending money like a rich person again. Car. She can't drive, but she paying a driver. Probably gifting people like you got it like that. Every year this girl has a party in Jamaica, And then when she's running low, she would call me. 300 here, 300 there. And I'm like, yo. He's like, no, now that I've been used and ringed out, and she probably dropped me because it's like, all right, she feel bad for me because I didn't have standards. I let her use me. So she's like, all right, I ain't gonna use her no more. Maybe she had a little conscience now. But between the money, I was there for her when she was having her mental thing. Not even her mom was taking her to the doctor.